If your own family looks at you like you're a stranger, if the people who've known you your whole life suddenly don't understand a single thing you say, this video is going to explain what's really happening. And I need you to know you are not losing your mind. Let me describe what's been happening to you. You sit at the dinner table with your family and you feel like you're from another planet. The conversations that used to feel normal now feel hollow, surface level, almost painful to participate in. You try to share what you're going through, the spiritual experiences, the shifts you're feeling, the things you're learning, and you're met with blank stares, or worse, concern. They look at you like you've changed, like you're not yourself anymore. And the hardest part? They're not wrong. You have changed, but they don't understand that you haven't lost yourself. You found yourself. What you're experiencing right now has a name in Dolores Cannon's work. She called it the volunteer's loneliest phase. And if you're in it, there's a very specific reason why. Dolores Cannon spent 45 years documenting something extraordinary. Through thousands of regression sessions, she discovered that certain souls volunteered to come to Earth during this specific time in history, not because they needed to learn lessons here, but because Earth needed help. These volunteers, and you may be one of them, came from higher dimensional realities, places where consciousness operates very differently, places where telepathy is normal, where love is the baseline frequency, where separation is an illusion everyone sees through. But here's what Dolores discovered about the awakening process for these volunteers. There comes a phase where the volunteer begins to remember. Their consciousness starts to shift back toward their original frequency. And when that happens, they become increasingly incompatible with third-dimensional thinking. This creates what she called the frequency gap between the awakening volunteer and their still sleeping family members. And this gap, she said, is the loneliest part of the entire journey. In her book, The 3 Waves of Volunteers, Dolores documented case after case of people describing the exact same experience, the profound isolation of waking up in a family that remained asleep. Here's what's happening on an energetic level. Your family members are operating at one frequency. Let's call it third-dimensional consciousness. Their concerns are rooted in survival, status, material success, social acceptance. These are valid concerns for third-dimensional existence. There's nothing wrong with them. But your consciousness has begun shifting to a higher frequency, fifth-dimensional awareness. And at this frequency, the things that once seemed important now feel irrelevant. Gossip, drama, competition, materialism, these things no longer resonate with your soul. Think of it like a radio. You used to be tuned to the same station as your family. You could all hear the same music, share the same experience, but your awakening has been like someone slowly turning your dial to a different frequency. Now you're picking up signals they literally cannot hear, and they're still broadcasting on a channel you can barely tune into anymore. This isn't about superiority. It's not about being more evolved or better than them. It's about vibrational compatibility. Oil and water aren't enemies, they're just different densities that don't naturally mix. Your energy field has expanded, your perception has widened, your priorities have shifted, and when you try to explain this to someone still operating at the old frequency, it's like trying to describe color to someone who's only ever seen in black and white. They don't have the reference points yet. This loneliness shows up in different ways depending on your specific family dynamics. Let me describe 4 common patterns. See which one resonates with you. Type 1, the concerned family. They're worried about you. They think you're going through a crisis. Maybe they've suggested therapy or medication or getting back to your old self. They mean well, but their concern feels like rejection because they're trying to fix something that isn't broken. Type 2, the dismissive family. They roll their eyes at anything spiritual you mention. They change the subject quickly. They make jokes about your New Age phase. They're not cruel, but they're completely closed off to considering that what you're experiencing might be real. Type 3. The silent separation family. No one says anything directly, but you feel the distance growing. Invitations become less frequent. Conversations become more superficial. You're being quietly edged out, not because they don't love you, but because they don't know how to relate to you anymore. Type 4. The hostile family. This is the most painful. They're actively opposed to your awakening. They might use religion against you or fear-based arguments. They might accuse you of being in a cult or losing touch with reality. Their fear of your change manifests as aggression. Whichever type you're experiencing, understand this: their reaction is not about you. It's about their own fear of change, their own resistance to evolution, their own attachment to the familiar version of you that kept them comfortable. You might be wondering, why is this happening now? Why couldn't we all wake up together? Dolores Cannon explained that volunteers don't all wake up at the same time. There's a divine timing to the awakening process. Some volunteers are meant to wake up first, to be the frequency anchors, the ones who hold the new vibration stable, while others begin their own process. If you're experiencing this family disconnection in your 40s, 50s, or beyond, there's a specific reason. You've completed certain karmic contracts. You've learned what you needed to learn from traditional family dynamics. You've played the role you agreed to play. And now your soul is calling you into a different role, not as the family member who maintains harmony at any cost, but as the frequency holder, the pattern breaker, the one who demonstrates that there's another way to exist. This is often intensely uncomfortable for families because you're disrupting an entire system. Family systems want homeostasis. They want everyone to stay in their assigned roles. When you change, you threaten the entire structure, and systems will push back against anything that threatens their equilibrium. But here's what's important to understand. Your awakening is not betraying your family. You are actually offering them the greatest gift, a living example of what's possible beyond the limitations they've accepted as reality. Some will eventually follow. Others won't, not in this lifetime, and both outcomes are perfect. This family disconnection rarely happens in isolation. If this is your experience, you're probably also noticing several other things happening simultaneously. First, old friendships are falling away just as quickly as family connections are straining. Anyone who knew the old you is struggling to recognize who you're becoming. Second, you feel an almost physical discomfort in your childhood home or family gatherings. The energy feels dense, heavy, draining. You need hours to recover after family visits. Third, you're having dreams where you're trying to explain something important to your family, but they can't hear you or understand you. These dreams reflect your waking reality. Fourth, you feel guilty for wanting to spend less time with family. You wonder if something is wrong with you for preferring solitude over family obligations. Fifth, you notice that you're instinctively protecting your energy around family now. You don't share as much. You keep things surface level. You've learned that your truth isn't safe there. Sixth, you're experiencing intense grief. You're mourning the loss of family connection even though no one has died. This is valid grief. You're losing the relationship you once had. Seventh, you're finding soul family. people who aren't blood related but who understand you in ways your biological family never has. These connections feel like coming home. If you're experiencing 3 or more of these alongside the family disconnection, you are absolutely in the volunteer's loneliest phase that Dolores Cannon documented. So, what do you do when you're in this phase? How do you navigate this painful disconnection without abandoning either your family or your awakening? Practice 1. Release the need for their understanding. This is the hardest practice, but the most liberating. Stop trying to convince them. Stop trying to explain. Stop waiting for validation from people who aren't equipped to give it. Your awakening doesn't require their approval. Practice 2. Maintain boundaries with compassion. You can love your family and still limit your exposure to their energy. You can show up for important events without sacrificing your inner peace. Boundaries aren't walls, they're the space where love and self-preservation can coexist. Practice 3. Grieve what you've lost. Don't suppress the sadness. This is a loss. The family dynamic you once knew is gone. Let yourself mourn it. Cry. Write about it. Talk to someone who understands. This grief is part of the transformation. Practice 4. Find your soul family. Seek out communities of awakening souls, online or in person. These are your true family, the ones who recognize your frequency. Dolores Cannon said volunteers often feel more at home with strangers who are awakening than with biological family who are sleeping. Practice 5. Protect your energy in family settings. Before family gatherings, set energetic boundaries. Visualize a shield of light around your energy field. Stay grounded in your center. Don't absorb their density. You can be present without being permeable. Practice 6. Send love from a distance. You can hold space for your family's eventual awakening without forcing it. Send them love energetically. Pray for their highest good. Trust their timing, even if it's different from your own. Practice 7. Trust your path. Your soul knows what it's doing. This isolation phase is temporary but necessary. You cannot anchor the new frequency while remaining entangled in the old one. This separation is sacred. It's making space for your true purpose to emerge. I want you to know what comes after this loneliest phase. After the isolation, after the grief, after you fully released the need for their understanding, you step into a profound inner freedom. You realize that you are complete without their validation. You realize that your truth stands on its own, whether anyone else sees it or not. And something beautiful often happens. From that place of freedom, without attachment to outcomes, some family members begin to soften. Not all of them, but some. They see the peace you found. They see the authenticity you embody, and they become curious. Your transformation becomes the silent invitation they needed. Other family members may never wake up in this lifetime, and you'll reach a place of genuine peace with that too, because you'll understand that everyone is exactly where they need to be. Their journey is not yours to control. But the greatest gift of moving through this phase is this: you discover who you really are beyond the roles, beyond the expectations, beyond the identity your family projected onto you. You meet yourself, your true self, often for the first time. And that self, that authentic soul essence, it was worth every moment of loneliness to discover. If you're in this phase right now, I need you to hear this. You are not abandoning your family by changing. You are not betraying your roots by growing beyond them. You are not selfish for choosing your spiritual evolution over their comfort. You are doing exactly what your soul came here to do. The volunteers that Dolores Cannon spoke of, they came here knowing this would be hard. They came knowing they would feel alone. They came knowing that their own families might not recognize them once they woke up. And they came anyway, because the mission was more important than the comfort. You are that brave soul. You volunteered for this. And yes, it's lonely right now, but you are never truly alone. You are surrounded by guides, by your higher self, by other volunteers who are walking this same path, even if you haven't physically met them yet. This loneliness is not a punishment, it's an initiation. You're being initiated into a level of consciousness that very few on this planet currently hold. And that initiation requires you to stand in your truth even when no one around you can see it. You are not broken for outgrowing your family's understanding. You are becoming who you always were beneath the conditioning. If this message resonated with your soul, if you felt seen and understood in a way your family has never made you feel, I want you to do something right now. Write in the comments, "I am not alone." Just those 4 words. Let's create a soul family right here. Let's show each other that we're not walking this path alone, even when it feels that way. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and have notifications turned on, because in the next video, we're going to talk about what happens when you finally meet your soul family. The signs, the feelings, the instant recognition. You won't want to miss it. Until then, remember, your awakening is not a betrayal. It's a homecoming.